If you have any difficulty of any question, please let me know. We can discuss it. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.
What is the question you want to discuss today? Any special question?
Bhante, may I ask about the Brahmajāla Sutta? I'm not so quite sure the contents of the system.
Brahmajāla.
Yeah.
You want to discuss this?
I want to know the Sutta. Huh?
Okay. Last week, I think we had a little bit of discussion on it. I'll give you, what is it called? What is exactly in detail you want to know? Basically, what do you see in Brahmajāla Sutta, right? You can note it down. At the beginning, at the very beginning, the Buddha explained about it. First thing, morality, which is known as Sila in Buddhism. Right, Sila in Buddhism. So there, the Buddha explained what is it called? 10 unwholesome deeds. Right, such as panati Vata Adinna Dana. Continue. Then Musavada. Then continue. Right? So likewise, morality, sila in Buddhism. Continued like Chula, Majjhima, Maha, Sila. Three types of moral conduct. It is explained very well at the very beginning. Right? What is it? Small, medium, big. Small precepts, medium precepts, big precepts. This is what do you see at the very beginning of what is it called? Brahmajāla Sutta. Brahmajāla Sutta. Small precept, medium precept, big or large precepts. Is very, very important in what is it called in the religion of the Buddha Maha, right? That's the first chapter. You can take it as opening words in what is it called? This is words in Sutta. Morality in Buddhism. Please take note. Morality in Buddhism. Different types, because in our religion, this is what. Clear? Can you look at it now? Small precept, medium precepts, big precepts. So you can take it as a 10 precept: killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, telling lying, and all those kind of things. Then the next thing is, when you come to medium precepts, the monks involved in doing a lot of jobs, right? So that kind of thing, right? Then coming to what is it called? Large section, right? Wrong livelihood, wrong livelihood. So this is what the first chapter. Then coming to second chapter. What is it called? The second chapter lies with 62 kinds of wrong view. Michhaditti, wrong views. That's what called Jala. People who are caught in these views in India. When Jala means a net, Brahmajāla means a big net. So the whole country, so these ideas were flourished all over India. So the big net means very big number of people are being inside the net. Jala is a net. So it was very difficult for Buddha to challenge but Buddha stood firmly. The Buddha stood firmly. Clear? So in number, the Buddha said what? 62, right? So basically, the 62 first one, I gave you Sassata Vadin. Eternalists. Sassata Vadin. So, eternalists. So here the Buddha said what? Right? First category. The Buddha classified them into, what is it called? When you say eternalist, what does it mean? Right? You can note it down, right? They proclaim the eternity of the self. What is it called? Atman. Remember, eternity of the self. And the world. And the world in 4 ways. Eternalists, the first group. Right? Can you remember? Just get this much, which will do. Even last week I gave you 2 types of teaching basically. Eternalism and nihilism. What does it mean, Sassatavada? Sassata mean eternity of the self. I remember I gave you the, what is it called? The teaching, na hanyate hanyamani sariri. Can kill the body, but not the self. You can kill the body, hanyate, but not the nahanyate. You can't destroy. And also the next thing, what did they say? Yatahi Truna Jala Yuko Trunas Yan Tang Gatwa Anyang Akramya Tithati Tathaiva. This is reincarnation of that self, Atman. It's like a worm. You could see my hand. The worm moves like this. He touches one, releases one side. Similarly, this Atman, what happened? Gives up one sarira, one body, and just take the another body. But the Atman remains as it is. You must remember when you talk like this, what is the Buddha's presentation? Karman. So the Buddha said replace the word karman, but karman is not like Atman. Atman, they say fixed, eternal, indestructible. When you say the nahanyate, you can't destroy. It is indestructible, cannot be destroyed. You can destroy the body, but you can't destroy the Atman. So they believe in, what is it called? That kind of, right? So the Buddha mentioned, what's the first kind of Sasatavada, right? So some Shramana, Brahmana, right? That means the certain ascetics or Brahmins, right? By means of effort, which is called Viriya or Yoga. So they practice Viriya or Yoga, right? He recalls the past. This is called Ubbi Nivasa Anusati Jnana. So some religious teachers got meditated, like jhana meditation, right? They what is it called? They were able to, what is it called? Recalls the past. Pubbe Nivasanusati Jnana, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 100, like this, births. So this is the first category, right? Some of them were, right, then, and then okay, have you got the message now? They can recall this birth, 1 birth, 2 birth, 3 birth, 10 birth, 100 births. And then what did they do? Right? Then they claim. What did they claim? Right? Then say, right? That is how I know past births is because of my soul. Atman. Look at this statement carefully. Can you look at this statement? This is how these teachers proclaim the eternity of the self. The world. Look at carefully. You need to digest the doctrinal point in this paragraph. Mamoru, this is also helpful because you have another topic we didn't discuss much. What is Sassatavada? What is Uchedavada? So the Brahmajāla Sutta is giving fourfold Sassatavada. The first Sassatavada they came, some Brahmins can remember past birth. And they said that, how do I remember past birth? Because it's because of my unchangeable soul. Otherwise I forget. If it is changing, I can't remember. But I remember because there is ongoing unchangeable. So I remember last birth, last birth, because it's the same soul maintaining. Have you got the message? So this is very different from Buddha's approach. That's what they say. This is how these teachers proclaim the eternity of the self, the world, because they claim that is how I know my past birth is because of my soul, Atman. Because of my soul, Atman. Clear? The second one. Same way, right? These teachers, right? These teachers, what do they do? Right? Through effort and they recall. They recall, what is it called? One period of what is it called? Contraction and expansion. Expansion of, what is it called? One period of contraction, expansion. Or 2, 3. And also it can go into, what is it called? 10. And then they claim they are, this is my name, this is my name, and so on. All the information. And then have you seen this? First, they recall, they are able to recall through their meditation, what is it called? The birth. The second, they are able to recall what? The expansion and contraction of the world. You know, that's important knowledge. Important knowledge. And also they know that, okay, I can recall 1,000 years of period of the contraction of the world. So who am I during that period? This. Right? So just put it there. Who am I during that period? So that is, what is it called? They say that, how am I remember? I'll put it to here for you to know more. Okay. Just for you to understand. How do I remember? How do I remember? Is because of my soul, self, Atman. Who else? Who else can remember? I remember expansion and contraction of the world, right? Through my knowledge, through my, right? Clear? The third one, also, he can recall more than 10 times of contraction and expansion of the world, like 20, 30, right? And also 40 periods of time. You can remember this. What is it called in the Aganya Sutta? I gave you these two words. Can you remember the two Pali words? Anybody can remember? I gave you these two words, contraction and expansion.
Somewhat vivat.
Yes.
Vivattamana.
What?
Vivattamana.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
Remember. Sangvatta and Vivatta. Sangvatta means contraction, right? Vivatta, expansion. This is very good. This is related to loka, the world. You can, second one they say maybe 10 period, but then they can expand 20, 30, 40 period. That means through meditation they can expand, right? But then what's the fourth way? Right? The fourth way. What is it called? Reasoners. Logic. In Buddhism, it is called Takka Hetu. So they apply. So that's what the fourth way, right? They use what? Use own thought. Use their own thought, right? Own line of thought and argue. What is this last argument? Last argument is written. Atman. Self. And world are eternal. Sasato loko. Remember, these are the words in, what is it called? Brahmajāla Sutta. They are eternal, right? Set firmly as a post, right? Living beings rush round. Look at these words. Just going circle and circle and circle, right? Rush round. Circulate. These are the words in Brahmajāla Sutta. The fourth one. Atman remains as it is. It doesn't destroy. The living beings circulate. Circulate means the same thing going round. Circulate means so going round. And pass away and rearise. Pass away and rearise. This remains forever. Eternal. Please take note. This is very good note as you ask a question from Brahmajāla Sutta. Can you go through? Can you go through the first one? They can remember the birth. Then they claim that, how do I remember the birth? Because my soul helped me to do it. It's because of my eternal soul. Otherwise, how am I going to claim? Second one is, I can read a shorter period of world. How do I remember? I was here, I was in India, I was like this, I was like that. It's because of Atman. Then the third can extend to more. 30 periods of time, 40 periods. When you say the period is talking about eon, right? Kalpa. Period mean kalpa, 30 kalpas, 40 kalpas, 20 kalpas, or 1, 2, 3, 4 to 10 kalpas. It's a longer period of time. How do I remember it? Right? Then come into, what is it called? The next one, right? That's about, what is it called? Then the last one, they're slightly different. They use logic. And they try to talk about rebirth. What is rebirth? They say sasato loko, atma loka, both are eternal. And then it's a firm reason, that's like the reasoners, right? And then what happened? Living beings rush around mean what? Circulate mean what? Today you become human being, tomorrow you become an animal, next day you become serpent, next day you become a snake, next day you become insect. Today you are Indian, tomorrow you are Japanese, day after tomorrow Singaporean, Chinese, American, Sri Lankan. But what is happening? Just circulate around. Your Atman remain as it is, right? You birth and death, pass away, re-arise. Death and rebirth, right? But deaths remain forever. Yeah. But this continues a lot, right? But then you have to see, what is it called? How the Buddha refuted these views, right? The next chapter. What is it called? Arising of concept of Brahma. Arising of concept of Brahma. So they are the, what is it called? Explain, right? Origin of world and Brahma. Remember this. Origin of so the Buddha revealed it. How this? Because how the first man claimed that I am Brahma, I create the world and so on and so forth, right? Then the Buddha explained what? Right? Evolution of society. You better read it in English. Huh? I'm giving you some gist of it. Hmm? How, what is it called? Illuminating body from, can you remember? Abhasara world. Initially, this is, you have to go and read more because another chapter Buddha dedicate, because how this concept originate to claim that there's a Atman and Brahman. So it's because of the origin that they claim. And then what happened? So the Buddha mentioned in this discourse, how did they lose that? Initially, they were very shining, very illuminating because they came from Abhasara world, right? Body from Abhasara world. Abhasara mean what? Illuminating, very colorful. But then what happened? Greed and hatred of them. I'm giving you the greed and hatred of whatever, loss, the beauty, lost the beauty. Okay. All those are wrong views one by one. That's why it comes to, what is it called? 62 views. Hmm? Can you go through little more? Look at that. One group, they claim like this, right? What is it called? Eternalists. They are eternalists, right? Proclaim self and world eternal. The second group, partly eternal and partly non-eternal. right? The third group, what is it called? Finitists. What's the word mean in finitists? Eh? And this is called Antava Anantava. Antava Anantava. There's end of the world, right? The last group, right? Those who are, what is it called? Ill Rigless. Remember? Resort to evasive statements. There are also who are chance, what is it called? Originationists. Originate is mentioned in this discourse. In a summary, you can look at that. Earlier we maintained, what is it called? Buddha. Widely discussed, because what do we see in this Brahmajāla Sutta? Mainly they were proclaiming about Sassatavada. But also the Buddha said that in addition to Sassatavadi, there are also partly Sassata, partly. And some of them believe in end of the world, some others didn't believe it. And some others actually try to evade. And some others, what is it called? They believe that chance origin. What is chance origin? This is actually, we call it ahetu appacchaya vadin. There is no root, all those kind of things, right? You could see that. Chance origin. Clear? And the things happen, chance origination. Also, what is it called, the next group? Annihilationists. Uchcheda vadin. What did they claim? They proclaim. What did they proclaim? Right? Annihilation. Annihilation. And also destruction. Destruction. And also non-existence of beings. Remember, Uchchedavadin, Buddha mentioned about it, Brahmajāla Sutta. Some human beings were caught in the teaching, right? In the teaching of these Uchchedavadin. So what did they proclaim? They proclaim annihilation, annihilation, destruction, not existence of being. Non-existence means what? Remember, param marana, after death. Remember, Patavi, Kayam, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. So the annihilation is, look at this. So they proclaim that it wouldn't happen. Okay. Ranjani, can you hear me?
Yes,
You can't see your faces. What
I
happened to
can't. I can't see your PC screen.
what happened actually? That's what there was. But can you see the words?
No, we can't see the file.
You can't see the file. Neither you can see me, right?
We
I
can
can
see
see
you,
you.
but we can't see your P means word file.
So how to get it back?
Share screen in the
Share
bottom. In the bottom, share screen.
Wait. Share.
Share screen.
Ranjani, why that share screen disappear? Why the share screen disappear? The photo disappear. Eh? Is it?
You go to the Zoom. See, where's the Zoom? What happened to your Zoom? You got your Zoom. Are they right?
No, they are here, right? But then the paper?
Yeah.
Can see now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is another view. Remember? But this I gave you some translation of the Brahmajāla Sutta, but here and there with some words. So you can take it as, but of course, here you have today in this discussion, you have more words on Sasatavada, right? More words on Sasatavada. But when it comes to, remember the conclusion, annihilationists, right? So you can take, in order to, what is it called, support your view, the annihilationists actually, Buddha didn't go into much, because please remember one thing, the reason, right? The discourse is a Brahmajāla. And do you know why did the Buddha emphasize Atman, self? That's what a lot of views in India, in that it's because, right? Right? Brahma was considered as creator. Remember the word Visvasya Karta. Bhuvanasya Gopta. Creator of the world. Remember, this was the widely popular concept, idea in India. Visvasya Karta, the creator of the Viswa, the universe. Bhuvanasya Gopta, the maintainer of this world, universe. So that's why, because deeply rooted concept of eternalism. Eternalism. So that's why most of the views pertaining to self and world. Self and world. That's actually Atma and Visva or Loka. Clear? Okay. Any more question? Sensei, Keiko, Siroko, Rahulako. No question.
Time is over, so we will discuss in next class.
Next class, don't know whether happen or not. Yes. Any other question? Just in brief, we can discuss if you want for a few minutes. Otherwise, we can wind up. Yes. Mamoru. Any more? Sensei. But please, that's what I say. Yes. Any other? Mamoru.
I am okay. Thank you very much.
Yes. All of you? Okay, you can line up the questions for next, right? Okay. Yes,
Very interesting.
but go through little bit because at least said the eternalist, how quite interesting to me also, as I said that. But the nihilism, Uchedava, the eternalism, nihilism, you can touch the views of Purnakasava, Makkali, Gosala, Pabudakachan, and Ajita Kesa Kambali. Remember the same thing, but today, of course, you got something for Sassata Uchedavada. Go through this not good enough for your Sassatavada. Especially the first four, remember, talking about oneself, the birth, and second one about the period of time, next one, right? Like that. Remember the last one, right? What was it? Right? Reasoning. Clear? Okay. So we can stop here. Yamkin chivittam idhava hurang va saggihi suvayam ratanam panitam nano samang atti tathagatena idampi buddhi ratanam panitam etena saccena suvatti hotu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu. Thank
Thank you
you.
very
Thank
much.
you very much, Bante.
Thank you very much, Bante.
See you. See you, eh? See you, Sensei, in Singapore.
Thank you very much.
Keiko. Keiko. This Sunday, no class, Keiko, eh? So we'll be having
Yes,
next Sunday, eh?
next Sunday, yes.
Ah, now can see. Right? Very good.
Nice.
Big photos. Yeah.